wits end is a common phrase used to express being in an exhausted state of worry or distress. Perhaps there are circumstances facing you right now that has you feeling that you simply can't take anymore. Well, this phrase originates in a maritime setting in the middle of Psalm 107, and the context is that of a ship on the high seas as a storm is brewing. Imagine the wet, tired and frightened sailors attempting to steer the ship through the perfect storm, frantically throwing buckets of water overboard as gigantic breakers crash over the ship's sail. The poet is dramatic in his description of the ship. He talks about it mounting to high heavens and plunging to the depths. He depicts this panicked crew staggering as they are tossed about on the deck in a violent storm where all their navigational skills were rendered powerless. Literally, at the end of that description, he says they were at their wits' end. And there's one very curious, unexpected thing to note from the poet's narrative of this crisis. He suggests that the storm is stirred up at God's request. Now, why might that be? In fact, he speaks of the seafarers beholding the wonder of God's mighty works, as if it was a privilege to witness the power and the majesty of God that is evidenced in the mighty waves and the wind. I wonder, is it possible that God sends storms our way deliberately to bring us to our wits' ends? Perhaps whatever you and I are facing at present is designed to bring us to the end of ourselves and to our knees. And if God has a habit of humbling us, bringing us literally to our wits' end, the end of our resources, that is when we are to cry out to him. And the next verse says that. It's beautiful. He says, "Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and he brought them out of their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed." If we are at our wits' end, we've been brought there by God in his loving kindness so that we will reach out to the only one who can actually help us. God can always hear our prayers amid the thunder of our spiritual cyclones. Life is full of troubled waters, yet no circumstance is beyond God's rescue. You may remember an incident in the Gospels where Jesus was on a boat with his disciples in the stormy Sea of Galilee. Jesus spoke to the waves saying, "Be still," and it was perfectly calm. And as all of us flounder during the ups and downs of life, let's remember to pray to the Mighty One for peace and for calm. So next time you're at your wits' end, next time you're weary, dispirited, and hopeless of escape, and even terrified, remind yourself not to miss the opportunity of crying out to the God who saves and who brings ships safely back into the safe haven. And then let the humbled deckhand of troubled times be thankful. I'm your host, Matt Tuttleby of Bundoran Bible Reflections. Have a great week.